We've made it to day 5. Day 5. What's day 5? We're finishing this thing. If you're making a bikini, today's the day for you. If you're making a tankini or dress, today is also the day for you. We're all gonna finish this up together like one big happy family, and it'll be a great time. So let's jump right in and finish it. Okay, here we are all ready for day 5. Now, whether you're making the bikini or the tank or the tankini or the dress, these instructions are the same for all of us. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get our top or dress or bikini out, okay? We all have the exact same top here. All right, all of these are exactly the same. We've zigzagged or surged across. The only thing we're going to do now is we're going to turn this upper raw edge. Let me scoot this over. We're going to turn the upper raw edge to the inside, to the lining, 1 inch. I'm going to start that again because of the stupid dog. Emily, you want a treat? Looks like 3 of these today.
Shall I shut up?
Yeah, I need her to shove so I don't have much left. Stay. Stay. Sit. Nope. Stay. Nope. Stay. Good girl. Yeah. Try to see it. Welcome to day 5. We are finishing Welcome to day 5. We are finishing up our, let me try that again. Welcome to day 5. We are finishing up our top or our tank, our tankini, our dress, our bikini. We're finishing it all up. And the first thing we're going to do, this is the same for everything regardless of what version you're making, is we're going to place our garment down to where the wrong side of the upper of the lining of the bra is shown. So the wrong side is up. All right, and we've all either zigzagged or surged across this raw edge. All right, now the only thing we need to do is we need to fold that down 1 inch and clip it. Now, don't worry if it doesn't line up just so. It won't do that just because of the way that it's shaped. This will come in slightly, which will be hidden, no big deal. So we would just want to make sure that we are at 1 inch. Yep. Now, if you've done the keyhole, you're going to have an opening here. So you'll do that on this side, and then you'll do it on this side, and then we'll stitch them. Now we're going to go to our sewing machine, and we're going to top stitch across this raw edge, giving us a little tunnel here, okay? Okay, so we have our little tunnel here. I don't know if you can see it. We are ready to go. I'm going to move this to the side because now we need to work on our strap. So get that really long 55-inch piece of fabric that you had. Also grab your 1/4 inch elastic. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our really long strip of fabric and we are going to fold it right sides together. Okay? You can clip it if you want all the way down. It's totally up to you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our sewing machine. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. This is our raw edge right here. And I'm going to take this enormous thing of elastic. You're going to need at least, I say you need 58 to 60 inches. 58 is probably good, of elastic. And I'm just going to undo it. I'm not going to cut it off. I have so much, I'm not going to cut it off. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give myself 2 to 3 inches of a tail. And I'm going to line this up with the raw edge. Okay, and I've got about 2 to 3 inches hanging off the end there. All right, and I'm going to stitch that very similar to how we did the clear elastic. I'm going to stitch this to the edge. I'm going to use a zigzag. You can use a serger, but do not cut. Turn your knife off. But you're not going to stretch the elastic. You're not going to stretch the fabric. That sounds familiar, right? You're just attaching this elastic to the fabric. That's all you're doing, all the way down the entire 55 inches, okay? But you just want a 2 to 3 inch tail at the top. Now the tutorial has a video for a sewing school that shows exactly how to do this as well, but you're going to learn it right here. And I'm going to use my sewing machine, and I'm going to use a zigzag stitch to attach this to the edge, the raw edge of our strap. All right, here we are. Here's our strap all sewn together. I have a bodkin, or I don't know if you can see it, or you can use a safety pin, one or the other. Both of them work just fine. I'm going to use a safety pin because, well, no reason. All right, putting the safety pin in the end of the elastic, and then I'm going to feed it through the opening. All right, there we go. Fuzzies everywhere. Okay, so we can take our safety pin off and trim our elastic off the end here. And now we have our strap. So let's grab our top or our bikini or whatever, and we're going to start by feeding it through this channel here. I'm going to use a bodkin this time. I'm just going to attach it to the end of my strap, and I'm going to feed it through here. So we want about the same amount on each side, give or take. Okay. So I'm going to keep my bodkin on. Now, you can do this however you want. You can take it straight down, and then, this one would go here, and then into the first opening, and then the middle opening, and then the bottom opening. Or you can crisscross them, okay? It's up to you. I think I'm just going to try it this way. I'm not going to crisscross. I'm going to start, got my bodkin over here, so I'm going to bring it straight down into the one on the same side. Okay, and bring it through that opening, and then I'm going to bring it through the middle of the opposite side, and then the bottom of the same side. So just, it's like tying a shoe. It's like lacing a shoe. Okay, so take our bodkin off and put it on the other side. And I'm going to bring it to the top on the same side, and then the other side, and then back to the same side. Okay, and there we can see, hopefully you can see, we've got a crisscross going on here. Now let's take the bodkin off. Now you can do you can fold this, stitch it across. I find it's easiest, and it doesn't come unlaced if I just tie a knot in it in the very, very end. And that way it prevents it coming unlaced when I take it off and wash it or whatever. All right, so there's that. Now, here's the thing. We are not quite done we still have an unfinished bottom. So the last step in our awesome top, I mean, this top is awesome, truly. I can't wait to try it on, is to decide what we're doing with the bottom. I'm actually gonna band it. You're gonna hem this. All you need to do is fold your bottom raw edge to the wrong side 1 inch, and using a stretch stitch, zigzag, or cover stitch, stitch it all up. That's all you have to do. But I'm not doing that. I want to band it. So I've got 2 band pieces. I'm going to lay them right sides together, and then I'm going to head to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch using a 3/8 single allowance, of course. You can use a stretch stitch, zigzag, or serger, and I'm going to serge both of the short ends. Okay, we've got a tube now, right? So we're going to fold these. I'm going to open up the seam allowance here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to open up the seam allowance. Whoops. And then I'm going to fold it wrong sides together, matching up that side, each of those seams, and giving it a clip. Okay. And I'm going to go over to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. And then I want to find the quarter points. So we're going to match up our side seams to find the quarter point, lining up the raw edges there. Same on the other side. Make sure you line up those. All right, now here's our band. Looking good. Let's set it to the side, and let's grab our top, and I want to find, we already have the side seams, so I need to find the front center and the back center and mark those so that we can match them up. Another side seam. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right. We've got our raw edges. Now we're going to place our band, our top inside the band with the raw edges going the same direction. So the raw edges are going this direction. You see how raw edge, raw edge. And so I'm going to bring, whoops, my top, the bottom of my top of my tank inside the band. I'm going to match the side seams and clip. And then I'll match the center points and clip. There we go. Now you can head to your serger or your sewing machine, and you can stretch stitch, use a stretch stitch, zigzag, or serge to attach these. I'm going to use a stretch stitch. All right, let's attach our band to our top. Okay, here we are. We've got our band here, and we are done. We have finished this sew along. I'm so excited. Here's the thing. I'm going to be really honest. I've only made one Key West before today, and that was like 2 years ago when it first came out. So I was a little out of practice with this particular pattern, but I tell you what, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty cool pattern that looks really difficult, even though it isn't. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself this week. I certainly did. Take a look at what I made. So join us next time where we will sew up something else and it will be super, super fun. And I will see you then. Bye.